broke in 2011, photojournalists were there to document the news events, social issues, and personalities that shaped our world. Pictures of the Year International is the oldest and most prestigious photojournalism program in the world. The 69th annual POYI competition celebrates the power of photography and its impact on humanity. These images combine to create a visual representation of the year's events that include human conflict and interaction, our relationship with the environment, how we appraise our economic status, and the range of human emotions from joy to sorrow. Sports is a passion embraced by professional athletes, by recreational enthusiasts, and among sports fans who enjoy witnessing the power and grace of human athleticism. This past year, champions were crowned in professional arenas and personal records were celebrated on neighborhood ballparks. And at each of these events, small and large, photographers captured the peak action and the emotion of sports. Through their photographs, we gain a better understanding and appreciation for the role sports plays in our lives. News photography provides a visual report of the events shaping our lives and the challenges confronting a modern civilization. Sickness and famine in Africa. U.S. troops returning from war. And the continuing economic crisis. The photographer's camera cannot solve conflicts, change policy, or feed the poor. But as a mirror on our world, these images can serve as an invitation for action and a clarion call for change. Every year throughout the world, millions of young girls are forced into marriage. Stephanie Sinclair's project investigated the phenomenon of child marriage in India, Yemen, Afghanistan, and Ethiopia. On March 11, 2011, a 9.0 magnitude earthquake struck off the Pacific coast of Japan. The earthquake and resulting tsunami killed more than 15,000 people and devastated more than 4.4 million households in the region. Photojournalists worked around access limitations to document the victims and the survivors, showing the consequences of a natural calamity. The resulting images fueled worldwide disaster assistance and humanitarian aid. Candid images of daily life enable us to reflect on our human experiences and serve to remind us that the world turns on the work and dreams of the common woman and man. Photographers are attuned to discovering these small, often quiet moments. Their images chronicle the cultural trends of our times, making us aware of the global spectrum of humankind. The Arab Spring engulfed several northern African nations during 2011, and news photographers throughout the region documented the emotional toll and the consequences of armed conflict during the anti-government protests. Civil defiance erupted into revolutions which toppled the governments of Hosni Mubarak in Egypt and Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. With a calling to shed light on injustice, war photographers set aside their own personal safety to stand on the front lines and capture injustice and indiscriminate bloodshed. The rich and poor, famous and infamous, influential and modest, people and their characteristics are the fibers that bind us together. A photographer's challenge when making a portrait is to aesthetically capture the subject's likeness and at the same moment reveal the essence of the subject's character. For the 10th anniversary of September 11th, Time portrait photographer Marco Grob revisited the personalities who led us, moved us, and inspired us. The portraits of 40 men and women, from President George W. Bush to the heroic first responders of Ground Zero, provide a testimony of that historic event. Protest, drug wars, and terrorism spread in 2011 from traditional hotspots to nations that faced new aggression. Photographers documented an increase in violence and war, including the terrorist bombings in Afghanistan, anti-government protest in Greece, and the Occupy movement in the United States. Photographers eye the wonders of our natural world and capture the beauty we wish to preserve, while they also foreshadow the potential lasting scars. Photographers specializing in nature photography strive to increase the public's understanding and appreciation for science and the environment. The demand for rhinoceros horn as an aphrodisiac is fueled by the new wealthy Asian middle class. South Africa alone has lost more than 400 rhinos to illegal poaching in 2011. Officials are taking steps to remove the horns from white rhinos in order to save them from death by poachers. Craig Walker, a staff photographer for the Denver Post, is the prestigious newspaper photographer of the year for his portfolio of work during 2011. Walker's portfolio included daily coverage of life in Denver, the Occupy protests, and a photo project on the returning veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Yuri Kozyrev of Nur Photo Agency is a prestigious freelance agency photographer of the year for his portfolio of work during 2011. Kozyrev worked extensively for Time magazine covering the Arab revolutions in Egypt and Libya. Sebastian List of Reportage by Getty is the winner of the POYI Community Awareness Award that recognizes a photographer's extended essay that demonstrates an understanding of everyday life within a community. List's essay focused on 60 displaced Brazilian families who formed a new community in the ruins of an abandoned chocolate factory. Thomas Van Hutriev of Seven Photo Agency is the recipient of the POYI World Understanding Award that honors a long-term project focusing on the human condition and exploring a sense of justice or insight into social injustice. Van Hutriev's photo essay documented how today's Communist Party remains in power in several isolated countries around the world. Freelance photographer Steve Winter is a recipient of the POYI Global Vision Award. It honors a photographer's long-term project exploring issues related to the environment, natural history, or science. Winter's winning photo essay, which ran in the National Geographic magazine, focused on the conservation efforts to save tiger populations. Winter traveled to Thailand, Indonesia, and India to document the beauty of the tiger, the serious threats they face, and heroic efforts to protect them. Pictures of the Year International is a program of the Donald W. Reynolds Journalism Institute at the Missouri School of Journalism. For more information about the various POYI programs and the photographers who are honored in the competition, visit our website at www.poyi.org.